Welcome to my city, a certified hardcore sports town. We champions in all the big four sports now. It's not smart to bet against us, we are forced now. We got heart like going for it on fourth down. Ain't nothing soft about us at Philly Pretzel. Used to doubt us, now you gotta respect the Philly special. Talking trash, you gon' need a pass, cause my city ride. We fanatics, you don't wanna see our gritty side. Support the colleges, what up the big five? The women too, like Xfinity, we get live. Whether diving for a touchdown, driving to the hole, swing and hit a home run, fire for a goal. We kick it with the Union, in the air with the stars. See sports with the fusion, I don't care where you are. You can never be too hype for the team you like. Philly unite, tonight's the night, so let's fight for the Flyers. Phillies, Sixers, Eagles, represent the city and let's do it for the people. We never throw the towel, I come from a proud city. Ring the bell, scream and yell, now say it loud with me. Flyers, Phillies, Sixers, Eagles, represent the city and let's do this for the people. So all Philly fans, let the rest of the world know Philadelphia fans, the best in the world. Go!
Philadelphia! Yo, it's your boy Jamar, Top Shelf Sports Talk. Back. Final regular season game against the Giants. A lot of our starters are resting. Saquan Barkley supposedly is resting. But then they said they put A.J. Brown put a tweet out or whatever, X out, saying there's going to be some surprise on Sunday. I don't know if he's hinting at the fact that Saquon Barkley may go and try to get the record, or he's just trying to stir up the fan base to keep everybody engaged. Tell me what you think. I'm cool with the rest. Because I don't want to. I do not. And I repeat, I do not want to see some type of freak injury to Saquon because not even because he wanted to change the record, because as fans, we might have wanted him to get the record. I was in a supermarket yesterday, and one of the guys that normally I talk to when I'm in there, he said to him, it would be an epic failure if they didn't get the record and they didn't win the Super Bowl. I said, it ain't a failure. Like I don't think it's a failure if they don't get the record. If he doesn't get the record, I mean, he rushed for 2,000 yards. I mean, it's not a failure. The record is the record, and everybody with the questions of will you put an asterisk by his name if he gets the record because he did it in 17 games. It's like. Just like they said it, O.J. Simpson, the previous record holder before Eric Dickerson he did it in 14. Eric Dickerson did it in 16. But there's no asterisk by his name. And everybody was up and roar about Eric Dickerson saying he didn't want Saquon to break the record. Part of me understand and part of me don't understand. I mean, you had a 40-year long run as the NFL single season rushing title holder for 40 years. Obviously, you don't want nobody to break that 40-year mark. But I think he said it best at the end of the last game. They interviewed him, and he said, no, I don't want him to break it. I want that to always be in my name. But if he breaks it, then congratulations to him, and I'll support him, and I'll, acknowledge the fact that he broke the record. And that's all you can do. Like, that's all you can want. You just be supportive of the guy who came and broke the record that you once held for 40 years. I mean, you never know when you get another chance to do it again for Saquon. You don't know if you'll get another chance to do it again throughout your career. You don't know if any running back can get a chance to get 2,100 yards in the season. You know what I mean? But I'm not willing to risk injury for the record. I'm willing to. I want to go to the Super Bowl and win. Like the record is. I think that's the ultimate slap to the Giants organization. That GM for the Giants is the Super Bowl, and I believe the Super Bowl being as though Saquon has carried the team on his back. That would be breaking a record today on them would be like, oh, okay, whatever. But the end result, if you don't win the end result, it's like, okay, so what? He got the single season rushing record, but he didn't win a Super Bowl. I think winning the Super Bowl would be like we really let that really walk out the door. I think that they will really be hurt if he actually won the Super Bowl after they let him out, after they let him walk. It basically devalued him and told him that we don't think that you're going to get what you think you're going to get. Nobody's going to pay you for your services, and that was crazy because I did hear too on the radio um, that they were talking about how they the NFL may have put I guess like a little something to stop him from making or breaking a record because they said hold on, let me change my camera. Hold on. They said because he, they tried to devalue the running back position for the last couple of years, and then this year alone realized that they could not devalue it because they needed it. They could not make the receivers and the quarterbacks and the offensive linemen the harder the teams when defenses was keen on those guys and shutting the receivers down, shutting the quarterback down, and getting the quarterbacks hurt because they had no running game. So now the NFL is looking like salty because now you see that how important the running back is to the game, and if Saquon Barkley breaks that record after the Giants decided to release him and not pay him, makes the NFL look stupid. So it's a lot of conversation when it comes to comes to Saquon Barkley breaking a record. I mean, like I said, I don't care that he doesn't break the record. If he does, good for him. If he doesn't, good for the organization, good for the team. I want to see a Super Bowl. That's just my thought process on it. Y'all can jump in here and tell me how you feel, because at the end of the day, like I ain't the only one that feels the way I feel about it. Because some people want that record. Some people, the record is important to them. Some people want to see that their team, their running back broke the record. To me, like I said, I don't, I could care less. You know what I mean? Do me a favor, guys, if y'all in here, like, share, tag. Um, he ain't playing today, so no record. Jason, good morning, brother. Yeah, they said, but did you see AJ Brown's tweet when he said they got some type of surprise or something coming for today? Um, and it's just, I guess, like I said, I don't care to see the record breaking, being broke. I want to win a Super Bowl, but I wonder if that's AJ saying like, hey, listen, he gonna play. We're gonna at least try to get him that record and get him out of there. I mean, against the Commanders, he had 100 yards in the first quarter, 109 yards in the first quarter. I mean, if he could do something like that, that would be awesome. Get him out of there, sitting down for the rest of the game, break the record, and he's healthy. But like I said, I ain't too worried about it. Y'all could tell me like y'all, he ain't playing, and all that stuff. But I'm just trying to figure out what AJ Brown was trying to say when he said that there's going to be a surprise for today's game. I don't know what that meant, and that's leading a lot of people to believe that he's going to play at least a quarter and try to see if he can get the record. But anyway, what's your thoughts of the playoffs? Who do y'all want to see? Now, it's probably between Green Bay and the Commanders, which those are two teams we beat against. The other hold on, before I even get to that, I saw yesterday that Jalen Hurts is still in concussion protocol. Like that's concerning because it's almost been 2 weeks since he had that concussion. Like that to me is something to keep an eye on and worry about because if he hasn't cleared concussion protocol in 2 weeks, like he had like that must have been a severe concussion. Like that's kind of scary going into the playoffs and knowing we need him and his mobility, um, and being able to keep the defenses on the hill so that you can open up the run for Saquon and you know pass the ball, with AJ and Devontae and all the guys. So I want to see how y'all, what's y'all level of concern when it comes to that. What y'all feeling about AJ Brown's tweet? How y'all feeling about the first round playoffs? Who y'all think y'all want to see? Me personally, I don't care either way who we see, because I believe we could beat either one of those teams. I think, like I said, I've been telling y'all all season long that our defense is going to be the key to us winning the Super Bowl. Not the offense. The defense is going to be the key to us winning the Super Bowl. I feel like we got one of those defense that's going to be able to shut down a lot of offenses. Would you say protocol for concussion usually take 10 days to get clear most of the time? But it's been 2 weeks though. It's been a little bit more than 10 days. Like it's been a little longer. And at times, depending on everybody's health and situations are different. But we've seen people clear concussion protocol within the if they played Sunday, we've seen a couple people come back the next Sunday. So I'm just trying to figure out how concerning is it to everybody out there because it's definitely concerning to me. I don't understand. I don't want to go in the first round playoff game with no Tanner McKee or Kenny Pickett. Even though I kind of like Tanner McKee. He's a tall quarterback. He can see the field a little bit, but I don't want to trust that right now, and I don't want to risk it right now because at the end of the day, like if we don't have Jalen Hurts in there at quarterback, it makes defenses just stack the box to stop Saquon Barkley, and if you don't have a mobile quarterback to get out of that, then it's hard for you to hit them downfield passes to AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, or even Dallas Goedert. So your offense starts to become one dimensional because you can't do anything. You know what I mean? So we definitely got to figure out, or we definitely got to get. Yeah, I definitely like Tanner McKee more than Pickett too. You see how much taller he is than AJ Brown. When AJ Brown gave him the football for his first career touchdown, and he went over there to thank him, like Tanner McKee was like towering over AJ Brown. We all know AJ Brown is a big dude too. Like, that was like kind of impressive to see. Like, even though height makes you be able to see the field a lot better because now you can see over the outstretched arms of all defensive linemen and your offensive line. You can see over them, but I mean, until we see him in live game action, I'm not sitting here saying that he's 6'6". I'm not sitting here saying that he's someone I want to see as an Eagles starting quarterback in the playoffs. So this Jalen Hurts injury got to get, or this concussion got to get cleared, and it's probably them trying to, I guess, play possum with teams to make it seem like Jalen Hurts is not going to be a total 100% when he comes into the playoffs, but when he gets there, he kind of like shocks a lot of teams who thought that he wasn't ready or thought he was still battling that concussion. So I want to see what's your like Jason? Who do you obviously I know how you feel about Jalen Hurts. I know you're concerned about him not getting out of concussion protocol yet because he is the heart of the offense, especially as far as the offense that we run. But is there a team out there that you fear as far as like between the Packers and the we could do the whole NFC that's in the playoffs. But the first round would be Packers or the Commanders, depending on who wins today. It would suck, but you can't rush him back. Yeah, no, that's very true. You don't want this situation to turn into a Tonga Vailoa situation where he's always in concussion protocol or getting concussed a lot. But then you know what? this is one of the knocks that I would say against the Eagles organization, play calling, and everything like that. Then when you have to run because nobody's open, the play done broke down, and you got no choice to run, you run, or you got an open lane, you run. I understand, and that's what happened on that play. He ran because you know it was a wide open field and nobody was playing, so he took off. I get it, but this is when it comes down to, especially this part of the season, learning how to slide and learning to tell your quarterback just get enough to get the first down to keep the drive going and then get out of harm's way. Because this right here is something that we do not need as Eagles fans, as the Eagles organization, if you want to see them win. We don't need you to fight for the extra 2 or 3 yards at a pivotal time like this in the season. We need you going down after obtaining the first down. As soon as you start seeing defenders coming up towards you, take the slide, whatever you got to do, just go down. Because taking that concussion or that hit right then and there, like it didn't really do much to us because we locked into the second seed, but it does put our playoff future in jeopardy because we do not know his health going into the first round of the playoffs. Now he's had more than 2 or 3. He have 3 weeks off, so he should be fully healthy and ready to go. But being in concussion protocol so long makes it seem like it's like Jason just said, a Tua situation, and we can't afford that. We can't afford that as Eagles fans to have a Tua situation at this point of the season when we're supposed to be, one of the teams that are favored to make the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And everybody's picking against us. Everybody's stuck on Detroit and Minnesota. They got a good game going on tonight. But I think even with Detroit, as many injuries they have on their defensive line, if we have a healthy Jalen Hurts and a healthy offense, we can exploit that. We can exploit that. I think Minnesota's going to exploit that tonight. So far in his career, he really get blown up when he runs. He usually but see, he does. For the most part, he does protect himself. He doesn't always go down, not protect himself when he's taking off running. It's usually, he usually knows how to slide and get out of harm's way. But there's times that we saw that he ran and he didn't slide. He tried to dive forward and he got rib injuries. He got a knee injury. I think knee injury was last year or the year before. You know what I mean? Ankle injuries. So like it's things that I'm cool with it in the beginning part of the season. I'm okay with it then. I'm all right. But right now, just the 2 games left in the season, to me, it's not. I don't want to see that happening right now because we gonna need you, and we're gonna need you. Had to plug my cup. I got more cups coming to all the people that been here since day one. Has supported me. Whether you want a cup or not, I'm going to send you out some cups when I get them. They're on their way. But I'm going to send out some cups so y'all can have something to, remember that Top Shelf or appreciate all the support, all the people that just been on the platform since day one, listening to me ramble. And I want y'all to know when I ramble, and y'all don't understand it. Me and Jason, we go back and forth all the time. Most of the time, I'll be right. Now, y'all, Jason, get ready to come on here and say, "Yeah, right." You ain't. But I'm gonna point out one specific time when I was right about what I was saying, and I did a video out there, so it's proof that I said this. It was week 4. Was that the Tampa Bay game we lost? I think we lost Tampa Bay game that week, and we didn't look nowhere near what we should have been looking like with the team we have built. And I said to everybody, because I know Jalen Hurts did that interview after the game, and a reporter asked him, "What are you and Nick Sirianni going to work on in the bye week to figure out the identity of the football team?" And Jalen Hurts says something to me was the most ridiculous statement he could ever make in his life. "We got our moments." And I've said to myself, like, if that's our franchise quarterback, y'all ruined Saquan chance at MVP. You just mad because you have no running back that is considered for MVP. And I said at that moment, if that's our franchise quarterback, he got to get his mind out of his you know what and stop playing for himself, because it's 22 other guys out there, or 21 other guys out there on that field that want to win. And if he's taking the approach that because I don't like the head coach or I don't get along with the head coach and making it about him, he's going to sabotage our chances of winning. And soon, and no sooner than I said that, after the bye week, we ran off 9 straight. It would have been 10 or 11, but AJ Jalen got hurt. Only chance he had getting it is if we broke the record. You're right about that, Smitty. But to me, like I said, I started off the show saying, like, he did. The only chance of him, which is to me is still crazy, right? Josh Allen did have a good year, a great year. Everybody thought that team would take a step back with the losses they took on offense and defense, but Josh Allen carried that team. But I don't get the Lamar Jacksons and especially the Joe Burrows. You know what I mean? How are those guys considered? Well, Lamar, he won 2 straight, and he hasn't. To me, he has had a good year, but that team had to win yesterday to solidify. It's a QB award. It is. It's a QB award, but it needs to be changed, because what Saquon Barkley actually did is way superior than any QB could ever do. Like, way superior. Joey B had no, he didn't. Joe Burrow sucked in the beginning of the season. He's finishing off strong now, but he sucked in the beginning of the season. I don't think he had a better season than Josh Allen. No, he didn't have a better season than Patrick Mahomes, and he had more. He has more. He's considered more of an MVP right now than Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes his team is what 15 and 1. Like, tell me how that makes sense. If Joey had a defense, but see, he doesn't. That's the point. That's what I'm saying. So he shouldn't even be in that category. He struggled. Lamar has had a good year. His state is insane. His stats is insane. But what Saquon is doing, this is what I want y'all to understand. Like, I'm not telling you that Lamar didn't have a good year. I just don't agree with Joey Burrow being up there as far as considered an MVP. But what Saquon is doing with that team single-handedly should show you that it shouldn't only just be a QB award. 4,900 yards, 44 touchdowns, and 8 picks. Look up Patrick Mahomes stats. Look up Patrick Mahomes stats, and look at the record. Because shouldn't it be based on the record too? Shouldn't it be based on your record? Because if not, then anybody can get it. Like, it should be based off your record and what your team is doing. If you're fighting for playoff position at the last game of the year, like is that really a good quarterback showing? Who got more, Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow? Is Joe Burrow, like, let's answer this, Smitty. Is Joe Burrow better than Patrick Mahomes? On any given Sunday, is he better than Patrick Mahomes? Because if you tell me yes, then I see why you're a Dallas fan if you tell me yes. Show me a game the Bengals lost solely because of Burrow. This season, look at this season. I don't know every game that they played in. This season, he's better than. Oh my God, Smitty, I can't do that with you. No, I can't do that with you, bro. They 15 and 1. They're probably going 3-peat. So how are you going to tell me that Joe Burrow is better when Joe Burrow hasn't done what Patrick Mahomes has accomplished this season alone? Stats. If you talk about stats, okay, stats. But let's talk about wins. Let's talk about putting your team in position to win the Super Bowl. Can the Bengals win the Super Bowl right now? Not overall, but this season. Yeah, but no. But I understand. We're talking about the season because we're talking about MVP race. So I'm not talking about overall. I know you ain't talking about overall, but this season, Patrick Mahomes has accomplished more with his team than Joe Burrow did. Than what Joe Burrow did. You know what I mean? This is statistically Mahomes' worst season. But what I'm telling you is, even if it's statistically his worst season, he still made ways for his team to win. He's not fighting for playoff position right now. He had a couple games where his turnovers cost him. Who? Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes? Because he only got one loss. Patrick Mahomes only got one loss. So I don't understand how y'all sitting here arguing with me about Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes. And to be honest, like, let me finish my point about what I was saying about Jalen Hurts. It seemed like ever since I made that post about Jalen Hurts need to get his head together, they went off nine straight. Could have been 10 if he didn't get hurt. Would have been 11 because we'd have beat the crap out of the worse than we beat them last week. We could have ran the table on the season. So what I'm telling y'all, and this goes to this argument that we have now about Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is nowhere near should be in more consideration of an MVP than Patrick Mahomes. Nowhere near. Not this year. Not this year, because he has not done nothing compared to what Patrick Mahomes has done for his team. Like, if you're telling me he can be the best quarterback and his team is not in the playoffs, or his team is fighting for playoff position, then the MVP award is flawed. Because it's supposed to be about what your team is doing too. What you've done for your team to make your team better. Am I right? Am I right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Because at the end of the day, like I said, Patrick Mahomes has done way more for his team than Joey Burrow. Now, at the end of the day, like I said, we ain't gonna talk about that because this is the Eagles. This is the Eagles podcast, Philly Sports podcast. I'm repping my Sixers today. We had a good win last night. I like the balanced attack that we had last night. Guys off the bench was even scoring, so that was a plus. They're 3 games. They're 3 games now under 500, so they're turning their season around. We just need more consistency from them, and hopefully the injury bug is out of our way and we can get going. But like I said, if Saquon to me is more of an MVP candidate, not because he's an Eagle. If he was a Giant and he did this, if he was a New York Giant and he was on the verge of breaking Eric Dickerson's record and taking his team to the playoffs and having the number 2 seed in the NFC, I still would say that Saquon should win it. Why does it have to be a quarterback's award? Why does it only have to be a quarterback's award? Because it doesn't matter because to me, like, the quarterback is the focal point of the team. The quarterback is obviously the person that everybody's going to put the blame on when they win or lose or whatever. But if you got a franchise running back that changed the game of the running back position as far as what he did this year, after coming off of being franchise tagged, after coming off of his GM telling him, well, go see what you can get in the market. Like, he single-handedly, him, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, all these running backs changed the running back position. But y'all still sitting here telling me that the MVP of a league should be going to a quarterback, and especially a quarterback who couldn't change the positioning of his team. And most likely a quarterback that's going to go in the playoffs and be one and done. They barely beat Pittsburgh yesterday. They barely beat Pittsburgh yesterday. And most of y'all said that Pittsburgh wasn't going to be, they weren't going to do anything this year. Pittsburgh is in the playoffs. Russell Wilson single-handedly transformed that team. Pittsburgh is not they okay team. It's something not right with Pittsburgh. I can't put my hand on it, but it's something not right with Pittsburgh because they should be a lot better off than they are. They lost 5 straight since they lost against the Eagles. Like, they should be a lot better than what they are. It's something I can't put my hand on why the Pittsburgh Steelers are playing the way they're playing, but they lost 5 straight. So again, like, are they a good team, or is there something going on? I can't put my hand on it, but there's something going on with that Pittsburgh team. They should not have lost 5 straight. Russell Wilson has not been a problem for that team. He has actually had that team being competitive. He's won games for them, and but it's for whatever reason they can't pull it off. And to me, I guess it's the protection that Russell Wilson is getting. I don't think his offensive line is really protecting him in the way he needs protection to complete some of them passes. But listen, Smitty, like I said, explain to me why it is a quarterback's award when Joe Burrow hasn't done for his team what Saquon Barkley has done for his team. But I didn't say Joey B will win or should win it. I said he had an average defense that would stop letting him down every possession. He would head and shoulders. He would be head and shoulders. Yeah, but and then here's my thing though, Smitty. Like, what I'm telling you is that when you say it like that, right? You're describing like the perfect situation, the perfect scenario of how you feel he would have won it if he had this. Like, truthfully, we could have probably went 17-0 if Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni didn't argue or it was getting along when the season started. We could have, but that's not the case. Joey B took his team to the Super Bowl and beat Mahomes to do it. Yes, they did, but that was what, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. But Mahomes has been there, and you got to realize Mahomes has beat them to get to the Super Bowl himself and win it. He's beat them to get to the Super Bowl and win it. So you got, that one, is just, you can't use that argument because he's won a Super Bowl. Just a bend not break defense. It was 10 years ago? No, 3 years ago. But at the end of the day, like I said, it doesn't matter because what he done this year versus what Saquon Barkley's done this year, there's no way that Saquon should only be in consideration for the league MVP because he didn't get the record, the rushing record, single season rushing record. With 2,000 yards as a rusher right now, he should be one of the top candidates for MVP of the league, especially for what he's done for the team. Okay, no, I'm not saying you didn't say that, but I'm just saying in general, like, if you listen to everybody, all these sports analysts talk about it, they've got Joe Burrow, they got Lamar Jackson, they got Josh Allen. Out of all them quarterbacks, out of them 3 quarterbacks, let's say 4 with Patrick Mahomes, out of them 4 quarterbacks, the only person that I would honestly say would deserve an MVP is Josh Allen. That's the only person, because he's done more for his team when we thought he took a step back because of what he lost. That's the only quarterback I say he should get it. He's not going to get it though because it's a QB award. I understand, but it shouldn't be. I thought the MVP stood for most valuable player, not most valuable. It should be called MVQ, most valuable quarterback. And again, like I said, this year alone, we're only judging off of this year alone. In my eyes, Patrick Mahomes done way more for his team than Joe Burrow. Like I said, he's done way more for his team than Joe Burrow. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Saquon, Sam Darnold, Joey B. And even Sam Darnold is not even considered up there. His team lost 2 games. He's done a complete turnaround of his career, and he's not even mentioned in MVP conversation. That's how you know the award is rigged. You have Josh Allen, who should be up there, Saquon should be up there, and even Sam Darnold should be up there. But none of those guys are winning, or maybe Josh Allen will win it, but Lamar Jackson shouldn't be up there. Joey Burrow shouldn't be up there. And like I said, y'all leaving Patrick Mahomes out of it because he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's most improved. No, but Smitty, if he's most why you see Smitty and Jason says most improved and the comeback player of the year. But why slight what he did for his team? Because he wasn't even considered a starter when the season started because they was going to go with J.J. McCarthy, and he got his team at 14-2 with a chance to get the number one seed in the NFC tonight. If he goes out and beat Detroit, why is he not, forget the comeback player of the year, why can't he be MVP of the league? I mean, like, y'all can't make me understand this award. It's not going to work because it's not making any sense. No, Burrow might not win it, but I'm not saying he's winning it. I'm not even saying that y'all saying he's going to win it. Because you and Smitty never said that y'all believe he's going to win it. But I'm saying to you that he's in consideration for it even more than the Patrick Mahomes. And I don't understand why. That's the point I'm making. I'm not saying y'all said he's going to win it. You know what I mean? But when you look at the MVP race, it's Josh Allen, it's Lamar Jackson, it's Joe Burrow, then it's Patrick Mahomes. His stats don't match up to the others. Who you talking about? What you call Sam Darnold? But even if it doesn't, though, Jay, what he's done for his team is something that Joe Burrow hasn't done for his team this year. Something that Joe Burrow hasn't done. That's the point I'm making. That's only the point I'm making. But anyway, I'm done arguing with y'all. Tell me if y'all hear this real quick. Can y'all hear my air horn? Did y'all hear that? The team gets more credit instead of the quarterback in Minnesota. But the quarterback, if it was not for Sam Darnold, that team would not be 14-2. That team, so okay, you heard it. So in that sense, there's no way that you could tell me that he should not be in more of a MVP role than Joey Burrow. There's no way. You know what I mean? I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Y'all gotta listen to me now. Y'all just gotta listen to me. Y'all, it might hurt y'all to do it. It might hurt y'all to do it, but y'all gotta listen to me. It ain't funny, but y'all gotta listen to me. You know what I mean? So one day, I'm gonna be sitting up there on First Take, and I'll be telling go Sixers. You see that? I'll be telling Stephen A. when he retired, how he ain't know what he was talking about, and I was telling him the who. You know what I mean? So y'all keep pushing these videos, and I'm gonna get there. But anyway, we're gonna go to our pick'em section of the show. We're gonna get it started. I don't know. Should I wake y'all up a little bit? Should I wake y'all up a little bit and see? Hey, honey, look at my wife, Toya. She laughing at me because she know I'm telling the truth. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all just don't want to admit it because I think it hurts for a lot of y'all to admit that I know what I'm talking about, and y'all just might be, trying to figure it out. And it's all good. It's all good. I understand. But anyway, pickup section of the show. Let's start it off with a bang with the intro song. I'm going to get this intro to replace the intro that I'm using now. But bear with me because we still got a show to go. If y'all hear that loud and clear? Tell me if y'all hear that loud and clear. If not, I'm going to stop it. Because I don't want to do no disrespect to the song. Y'all, nobody's replying this. All right, so turn your TV up, Jay. Turn your phone up, Jay, so everybody can hear it. Turn it up. Put it on your surround sound. I think I got my setup working the way I need it to work. It's kind of low? Okay. I don't know. Did it get louder? I think I had the volume down. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. Like one day I'll have it to the way I want it, and everything will be flowing. Everything will be flowing. All right, it's got better. I had the volume down a little bit, so I'm working on it, y'all. Bear with me. Parker the Fly, how do you feel about resting Saquon and move? Good move or bad move? Good move. We need to win the Super Bowl. That's a good move, bro. We need to win the Super Bowl, so I'm on board with that. I don't care if he gets it, but I don't want to risk injury. So I'm good with the rest. I'm good with it. All right. So real quick, this is the last pick'em of the year, week 18. As I said at the beginning of the year, I will be giving away a Visa gift card for $100 for the person who has the most wins on for the pick'em hour of the show. And we had a early bye week, so that so they can use the rest. Yeah, so today that's what I'm saying. Today they can use the rest. I'm cool with that. So just so you guys know that I will be making the announcement on Friday. I'm gonna try to do it on Friday. I'm gonna let you guys know during the week. So don't look for results on Tuesday. Well, no, the results of this week's pick'em will be up there on Tuesday, hopefully. Long as I can sneak in and do it at work. But the pick'em results will be up on Tuesday. But the actual winner, I will announce hopefully Friday at some time. I will definitely keep a post up and let y'all know. So please make sure y'all got your notifications on, so when I post something, y'all can be a part of it and know, when it's going to happen. I'm trying to do it via live. So I would like for y'all to be a part of that so that everybody can see. Like I said, only thing that I need you guys to do to whoever wins is very, very important to whoever wins that you post when you get the gift card. You post when you get the award because there's going to be an award. And I'm trying to get a t-shirt made up for that person. I'll reach out to that person and ask what size you wear so I can get a t-shirt made up and sent out to you as well. But I need you guys to post all of it, so that people can see that Top Shelf Sports Talk is a man of his word, and he gives out what he said he's going to give out, and people feel comfortable with being a part of the show and playing, knowing that it's a purpose and that they're playing for a reason. So please, whoever wins, Jason, I know you're sitting here thinking that you won, but you might not have. I don't know. Um, but just like I said, it's very important to post a picture. You know what I mean? Post and tag me in the picture. Tag Top Shelf Sports Talk in the picture. If you're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, tag it. Please, I would appreciate it. The minute you get it, if you could tag it, as soon as you get it, put it up there. That way, it'll be done. It'll be out there. People will know. So I said that. Hopefully, everybody understands. And let's get into the Week 18 picks. We saw Baltimore. I think they crushed Cleveland, and we saw Cincinnati beat Pittsburgh by 2. So we're gonna start with the Sunday games. Sunday, Carolina at Atlanta. I'm the past champ, so if I lose, if I lose, I'll on post it on gracefully. Well, like I said, you was the past champ. You won last year, but I just want make sure if it's you that win it this year, make sure you post and tag. That's all. Joanna goes to Atlanta. Um, I'm going Atlanta because Atlanta needs to win this game. And you're 2-0 so far, so am I. I'm 2-0 so far too. My mom goes to Atlanta. Good morning, mom. Um, Atlanta needs to win this game. Jason win Atlanta because Atlanta is definitely fighting for a playoff position and seeding. I don't think they're actually locked in yet. I think they need to win today to be able to be in the playoffs. So I'm going Atlanta in that game, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Next game, Washington Commanders at the Dallas Cowgirls. You said James the champion. Oh, okay. She said James is the champion. we're going to see. Like I said, I'll announce it Friday. James is definitely up there, but we'll announce it Friday. Washington. Joanna goes Washington. I go Washington. I think the Commanders is another team that is fighting for playoff positioning. So they want that. What is it? The 6th seed. So they can play the Eagles. But I got Commanders winning that. Who said that? Who said what? My mom said hi Washington. She got Washington too. Jason, who said what? Tell me what you're talking about. You said who said that? Um, Next game, Chicago at Green Bay. Chicago Bears at Green Bay. I got Green Bay because Green Bay is still fighting for positioning. Your sister said it. You don't see her name? Your sister, Jane. She works with him. Your sister said that. I got Green Bay. Joanna goes Green Bay. My mom goes Green Bay. I'm going Green Bay too. I think Chicago to me is a team that is. Jason goes Green Bay. Honey, he called you a traitor. But I go Green Bay because I think Green Bay is still fighting for positioning too. They're looking at the 6th or 7th seed. I think they're locked into the playoffs. It just depends on where they finish at record wise, where they where they sit at. I thought it was her. What? Oh, I thought it was her. Um, Next game, Houston at Tennessee. Houston at Tennessee. Tennessee they're packed it in for the season. They're done. Houston still is playing for playoff positioning. I'm going Houston. My mom goes Houston. Joanna goes Houston. It seems like a lot of the picks that I'm picking, you guys are picking. I think y'all watched that video. If you haven't watched the video that I did on the picks, please go on the video and drop a like on it, drop a share on it. Do whatever it is you she did to me. Jason goes Houston. But go drop a like on that video. Y'all probably followed a lot of the picks that I picked. So, that means that you guys are paying attention to, me and what I'm saying. So please, I appreciate that. Y'all starting to come along. It took 18 weeks for y'all to actually listen to me. But now y'all got it. So I'm gonna drop a bomb for y'all. Next game, Jacksonville at Indianapolis. My mom says, whatever, mom, it's the truth. It's cool. We understand. Jason, y'all are some haters, and we all know that. That's why I drop bombs for y'all. You know what I mean? Next game, Jacksonville at Indianapolis. Both teams are out of the playoffs. It's one of them games that probably be hard to watch. Joanna goes Colts. I'm going to go Colts. I think I went Colts too on that one. I don't think Jacksonville is going to win that game. My mom goes Jacksonville. But, I go Colts in that game. Next game, Jason goes Jaguars. Next game is the Buffalo Bills at the New England Patriots. They said Josh Allen is going to play this game, but he's not going to stay in the whole time. So, obviously I think Buffalo's still going to win because New England is still they're struggling. They're finding some players that could play the game. Drake May is a good quarterback. They got maybe one or two good young receivers. They got an okay defense, and they just need to build on that. They're talking about Travis Hunter being drafted to that New England squad. So, they might have some promise in the future, but right now they're out of the playoffs, and they're not going to win this game today. The Bills are going to win. We all went the Bills. Again, like I said, every pick that I'm picking, you guys are picking. So, like I said, it melts my heart to see that my top shelf family is supporting me and listening to my picks and picking my picks. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all. Love y'all. I really, really, really think that the thing that y'all listening to me. You know what I mean? That's probably what y'all saying, but it's cool. Next game is the New York Giants. The next game is the New York Giants. Too funny, but no. Mom, that's okay. I understand. The New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. We all going to the Eagles. I know we all going to the Eagles because the Eagles are going to win. I think Tanner McKee has a good showing tonight. or today, this afternoon. I think Tanner McKee puts the league on notice that he should be a backup, and it could quite possibly for an up and coming team be a starter. But I like Tanner McKee. I like the height. We'll see more of the arm strength today. But I think the Eagles going to win. Yeah, that's why I beat you last year. You barely beat me. You barely beat me. Philly, Joanna picks Philly. Jason picks the Eagles. My mom picks the Eagles. You barely beat me last year, bro. I wouldn't brag about that if I was you because you barely won. Um, Next game is the New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay is still fighting for playoff position. I got Tampa Bay in that game. My mom goes Tampa Bay, um, but they're fighting for playoff position. I don't want to see. I don't want to play Tampa Bay in the playoffs. I don't care to play them. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care who we play because I think we're better than everybody. A win is a win. You're absolutely right. Jason picks the Bucks. The win is a win. You won. You won fair and square, but you barely won. So, if I was playing this year, there would be no shot that I would just be giving myself $100 gift card because I would have been the winner. You know what I mean? Like I said, it took till week 18 for y'all to realize that I knew what I was talking about. For y'all to say, all right, well, I'm gonna listen to him and pick the picks that he's picking. So I understand. If I follow your picks, it would have been a tie. No, if you follow my picks, you would be night and day, way more advanced than everybody else if you listen to me. But you're just right at the pack, So at the end of the day, it hurts you not to listen, but it's okay. It's okay. Next year it'll be better. Next year it'll be better. And long, just so y'all know, I'll also be doing these picks on playoffs. It'll be a playoff edition for these picks too. Y'all can follow along and comment on that too. How if I beat you? Because you barely won. Like I told you, you barely won. Um, and to be honest, I didn't really go as hard as I should have went because it was my show and I didn't want it to be biased. That's all. So at the end of the day, you won fair and square, and I'll give you your props. Um, Next game, Kansas City Chiefs at Denver Broncos. Denver needs this game. Kansas City's resting everybody. I think Denver gets this game because Kansas City's not playing anybody. Obviously, they already got the number 1 seed locked up. I didn't go hard this year either. Yes, you did. Don't even lie. Um, Kansas City. My mom picks Kansas City. Joanna picks Kansas City. I'm picking. Y'all pick Kansas City. Okay, no, that's cool. I'm picking Denver again. Y'all not that's y'all being. If I didn't say that everybody who looked at my video and was picking the picks that I'm picking, y'all would have probably picked Denver because y'all have been on my side. But now y'all got to rebel against me because I'm letting the world know that y'all watching my picks and picking who I'm picking. So now y'all got to rebel. So I understand. It happens. But Denver's going to win that game because Kansas City's not playing anybody. Next game, the Chargers at the Raiders. The LA Chargers at the Las Vegas Raiders. And I went Chargers in that game. Chargers is going to win. Jason picks Denver. My mom picks Chargers. Joanna picks Vegas. I'm picking Chargers in that game. I think Chargers defense and Chargers overall team is better than the Raiders, so I think the Chargers is going to win. Jason picks the Chargers. Next game, Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. I picked the Seahawks in that game because obviously they're fighting for position for the playoffs. So I'm picking the Seahawks in that game. Seahawks to me are going to have they don't even have the ability of having a 12th man, but they're going to go out there firing on all cylinders. I got the Seahawks. Joanna picks the Seahawks. My mom, you jumped ahead and picked the Jets. Jason picked the Rams. Seahawks are playing the Rams, mom, not the Jets. She picks the Seattle. So then now I know who your next pick is the Jets. Miami at the New York Jets. I pick Miami. The Jets are sorry. Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams is reportedly that the Jets are going to move on from them in the offseason. That experiment did not work out. So that defense definitely took a step back. I'm going Miami because Miami needs it to get in the playoffs. So Miami to me will win. Joanna goes Miami. My mom went the Jets. Um, so we'll see what happens with that Jets team because they're already interviewing head coaches. And Jason, you picked the Jets too. Okay, all right, you picked the Jets too. Like I said, I don't think the Jets beat Miami. Um, Even though it's cold and we know Miami can't play in the cold weather, I still think Miami finds a way to beat the Jets. Next game, San Francisco at Arizona Cardinals. Excuse me, Mom. If you say anything about the weather, your pick for that game will be voided. So if you just say whoever's going to win the game without any weather implications, your pick will count. But if you say anything about the weather, Mom, your pick will not count. Joanna picks San Fran. Um, Jason picked the Cardinals. I picked the Cardinals as well because I think the Cardinals is going to win. Um, Jason's laughing because at the end of the day, we don't talk about weather on this show, and it's the reason why my mom hasn't commented. See, I knew it. I told you. It's the reason why she didn't. She was taking her time putting her comment in, and look what she. So now she has forfeited her pick. Big snowstorm coming your way, 70 degrees here in AZ. We did not ask about that, and we are okay with the snowstorm coming our way. We all love snow, so we ain't worried about it. Y'all just jealous y'all don't have any. Matter of fact, if you go up to Mount Lemon, you can get some snow up there. So go up there, and then you'll be just feel like you're at home. Um, Next game, final game of the night, and final game of the regular season for 2018 is the Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions. This is a huge game. If you want to watch good football, an intense football game, um, it's going to be a good game. I'm going Minnesota because I think Minnesota will expose that Detroit defense because they're hurt. I'm going with Minnesota in that game. My mom went Detroit. Jason told me to ship her some snow. All she got to do is go to the top of Mount Lemon, and she'll get some snow. Um, Joanna picks Detroit and 49 points. Jason picks Vikings. So we all pretty much are on the same page. Again, like I said, I'm proud of you guys for really listening to me because I know what I'm talking about. I've been a top consistent pick all year long. No, you know how sometimes on Mount Lemon it snows, and it snowed down there in Arizona too. You told me that, and you showed me pictures of it snowing in um at your house. What snow? You know what snow is. You're from the East Coast. Jason has 52 points. Jason, I will add your point breakers to your paper because you didn't put it on the your post for underneath your teams that you picked. So I will add it. You said 52 points. Um, Melts the same day. Again, like I said, we don't talk about weather on this show. This is not a weather orientated show. We talk about sports here, not weather. So I have to go and let you know how I have to drop a bomb on that. Anyway, that is my week 18 final regular season game. However, sorry for y'all, this will not be the last show. I still will be live next Sunday, and I will be mixing lives in during the week. Again, I will be live. I'm trying to be live Friday at some time to announce the winner of the Pick'em section of the show. Yeah, I know you're telling me now. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna put it on there. It's cool. I understand. But I will be live sometime Friday to announce the winner of the Pick'em section for the $100 Visa gift card. I hope you guys are all able to join and be a part of that. I probably will no, I'm going to go live on this platform. But yeah, I'll be live Friday at some time. I'll put a post up letting you guys know what time it is that I'll be live. Please be on the lookout for that post. Please share that post out. Please do whatever you can to boost the content of the show. I appreciate everybody that's been rocking with me since day one. Last year, week 5 is when I started this show. And I'm getting better and better each and every time I do it. So I really, really appreciate everybody who's commented, supported, any and everything that they can do to help me out. It means a lot. It means a lot because I just want to get better and I just want to grow and I'm trying to figure new ways out to be, more fun and more happier, just do more things. So I appreciate everybody who supported me so far. And you're right, Jay. Sixers up next. Me and you gonna collab on that Sixers stuff too, because it's hard. We're gonna collab on schedules because it's hard with Sixers because some of the days that they play, we might be working or whatever as they play throughout the week. It's hard to sometimes get engagement because a lot of people are doing other things. But we'll figure something out. Um, but again, that was my show for today. Like I said, drop a follow on all my social medias if you haven't. Subscribe to my YouTube. Trying to get my numbers up on YouTube. I got new people coming in every day on YouTube, so I appreciate everybody that's been a part of the show, and look forward to what we have going on in 2025 and 2026. It's your boy Jamar, Top Shelf Sports Talk. Hold on. Before I finish, let me just do this real quick. Let's go out with the bang. So I'm gonna remove myself from the stage. No, you know what? I ain't. I'm gonna let y'all see my face for a little while longer. Here you go. Let's go. There you go. Turn y'all TVs up. Turn it up real loud. Wake your neighbors up.
Flyers, Phillies, let's talk about them. Sixers, Eagles, let's talk about them. What the Union doing? Pull up with the crew and have a drink or two and let's talk about them. This a PHI bar. Bruce Willis, we die hard. I know you feel us, cause Philly fans is the best sports fans by far. No cheating here, we gon' keep it fair. You don't like my set, somebody help them. This the key, if we can disagree without disrespecting, everybody welcome. So what we talking about? Practice? What we talking about? Let's unpack this. Top shelf, sports talk, lights, cameras, we back.